They said the truth would never surface. They said the names would stay buried, the files would stay sealed, and the powerful would stay protected. But right now, in real time, that carefully constructed wall is beginning to crack. What you are about to hear is not rumor. It is not gossip. It is a pattern, a web of connections, silences, and social circles that raises one unavoidable question. How deep does this really go?
I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials. Wild.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
Joe Rogan and Katt Williams didn't just name names, they pointed at a system. For years,
someone later
insiders have
exposed for
whispered
serious
about what
crimes.
really happened
The public
behind
has
the
a right.
velvet
Trusted
ropes
public
of elite
images can make it
gatherings.
easier to
And
hide
now,
harmful
with the
behavior.
Epstein files
There may
cracking open one sealed document at a time, the public is no longer asking who was invited. They're asking who made sure certain names never showed up on any list at all. Because here's what's becoming impossible to ignore. The same circles keep reappearing, the same environments, the same culture of access, power, and silence. And sitting at the center of that conversation right now is Diddy.
I was a party favor.
What does that mean?
I was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set
I set
on
the table.
like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them.
Yep.
And they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties, they put on the table instead of gift bags, and then people can do what?
Take you off the table and have sex with you.
Now,
What
when
you
people
just
bring up
heard
Ali
is not
Carter's
a
breakdowns
metaphor.
and
It is a
emotional spirals
first-hand
online,
account of
it is
how
easy to
human
dismiss them at
beings
first
were
glance. But
allegedly
once you listen
treated as
closely to what she has been
objects
hinting at
inside
over
these
time,
so-called
the conversation
elite
becomes harder to
spaces.
ignore. She
And
has
when you
spoken
listen
about, and
carefully,
she has
when
suggested
you
that
sit
those
with what
spaces
she's
were not
actually
just about
saying,
music or
you begin
networking,
to
but about
understand that
access
these were
and
not
control of
just
Diddy's
parties.
elite
They
party
were
environments
systems.
tied back into the
Systems
frame,
built on
especially
access
when you
and
factor
control,
in the growing
where
talk
the most
that his
powerful
island
people
scenes
in the
operated
world
in the
believed
same
the rules
region
simply
and social
did not apply to
ecosystems
them.
orbiting the same
The question
environments
is,
where power,
who built
secrecy,
that
and
system?
influence visited
Who
the same
maintained
question,
it?
not just
And who
who showed
looked
up
the
in the
other way?
documents,
But again, see, he's in cahoots with Epstein. And then
Was he in cahoots with Epstein, or was it just a similar type of an operation?
they were friends.
Really?
Yeah, because Epstein had a on Miami as well. That really private, rich estate in Miami. So they were all in cahoots as well. But
do you
Here's
think these
what the
connections
timeline
are
tells
simply
us.
the result of shared
Epstein
social circles?
operated
that has
a
not been
private
released.
estate in
If
Miami.
that is true,
Diddy ran in those exact same elite social environments. And according to people who are inside those circles,
Have blurred
these were not
together
two
in
separate
ways nobody
worlds.
publicly
They were
admitted
one.
at the time.
The geography
especially when you
overlapped.
remember that
The
Epstein's
guest lists
operation
overlapped.
thrived insulation,
The culture
and
of
Diddy's
secrecy
social
overlapped.
world was built on
And when two
exclusivity
powerful
between
men
powerful
operating
participants.
private,
After all.
insulated,
All right, the
high-access
first name
environments
popping up in this
are
whole
confirmed
conversation
to have
is
known
Diddy,
each other.
and honestly,
The
that should
street
surprise
stops
nobody
calling
who's
it
been paying
coincidence.
attention to.
They start calling it infrastructure.
Prosecutors say former dorm matron Tina Virginia Makopo tried to kiss and fondle the girls. She's also accused of kicking and hitting some of them. Makopo pleaded innocent to 14 charges of indecent assault, and criminal injury in South Africa.
I was, needless to say, devastated and really shaken to my core.
Oprah Winfrey built her entire brand on speaking truth to power.
And this
on
one has had
amplifying the
timelines
voices of
buzzing because her
survivors,
proximity
on
to
demanding
influential
accountability
figures
from
has always been
institutions
part
that
of her
failed
brand,
the
noting
vulnerable.
that even when
So when
survivors call for
scandal
powerful
surfaces
allies
in
to
her own
speak up,
backyard,
her voice
the
remained
standard
measured
she
rather
set
than
for others
confrontational.
becomes
Critics
the
argue
standard the
proximity
public holds
has
her
raised
to.
eyebrows
The
whenever
leadership scandal
controversy
at her
hits
South
someone. The
African school,
resurfacing of
combined
criticism
with her
surrounding the
well-documented
leadership
proximity
scandal
to
at her
Harvey
South that people have been
Weinstein during his
revisiting her
rise,
long documented
hasn't hasn't
public
produced
support of Harvey
accusations of
Weinstein
direct
before his
wrongdoing.
downfall,
But
and suddenly
it
the
has
narrative
produced
becomes
something the
less
public
about
finds
individual
equally
events and more
uncomfortable,
about whether
a pattern
elite
of
alliances
strategic
shape
silence
and still
at the
linger,
exact
not about
moments
direct
her voice
wrongdoing,
might
but about
have
whether
mattered most.
institutions.
You're hanging out with Diddy in his mansion in Miami, and Homeland Security rushes in while you're there.
While I'm there, Dolo.
You're there by yourself.
Yeah. With the, you know, he has some employees there. And
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So suddenly there's red dots all over your shirt.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we got to just see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to stop being there for someone I consider to be a friend to me.
As you should.
I'm not going to turn my back. And it's like, I've been scrutinized just by being a friend. I guess someone never had a true friend before.
Is
There is a
Stevie J,
difference
whose
between
history with Bad
loyalty
Boy
and
places him
liability.
directly inside the
Stevie
same
J's
creative and
continued
social orbit that
unwavering
defined
defense of
Diddy's
Diddy,
rise. The
even as
loyalty
federal
in these
agents
circles
swarmed
is
the
purely
property he
personal,
was
or
standing
whether it
inside,
stems from
is either the
deeper
most
shared
genuine
history
act of
that
friendship
cannot
in
easily
Hollywood,
be walked
or a
away
signal
from.
that something
His
deeper ties them
continued
together.
public loyalty
Civil
has
filings
drawn
have suggested that
scrutiny,
his presence at
especially
certain
when
private
the
gatherings
persistence of his
extended
defense
beyond
has
music
led
and beyond
observers to
friendship.
question
Nothing
what
has been
coordinating
proven,
roles
but in a
at private
situation where
gatherings.
most people
While
are running
nothing has
from the
been legally
association,
proven,
his decision to run toward it demands an explanation he has yet to fully provide.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane.
Then
Watch
there's
that
Ashton
clip
and
again.
Kutcher, whose
Watch his
name
face.
resurfaces.
Watch the moment his brain
Can't
catches
tell that
up
one
to
either.
what his mouth is
I mean,
about to
I'm like
say
actually
and
cycling
shuts it
through
down.
them. Diddy
That
party
frozen
stories,
pause,
man.
that uncomfortable
That was like
laugh,
some weird
that
memory
sudden
lane.
shift in energy. That is not the reaction of someone with nothing to hide. Ashton Kutcher has attended these elite events. He has spoken openly about them in the past. But the version of those parties that the public now understands is very
has fueled
different from the version
speculation
he
that
was
the
comfortable
reality of
joking
those
about.
gatherings
And
may
his
have
body
asked about
language
his
in that
connections
moment
with these
told a
wild
story
elite
that his
circles.
words were
Dude
desperately
froze,
trying to bury.
stuttered.
Focus on the negative and say this is a vanity charity. There's no vanity about it.
Do you think it's fair to draw you into the Charles Taylor story when you were only a witness? After all, the picture they used clearly shows someone cropped from it. Presume that was President Mandela?
Yes, I do think it's unfair. For me, it's a distorted piece of journalism, and I do love great journalism. But this is a direct character assassination, and it belongs in like an Orwell book.
Next up, Naomi Campbell,
spent
whose
decades
long-standing
at the
ties to
intersection
both
of
fashion
passion,
and entertainment
fame,
elites
and elite
place her
power.
squarely in the
She has known
overlapping,
presidents,
enduring career
billionaires,
stability as
and the
evidence
kind of
that a
men
lot
who
connected
operate in
to
spaces
Epstein
where
and Diddy.
cameras are
Rumors
never
have
allowed.
circulated for years,
Her
suggesting that she
acknowledgement of
played
knowing
more than
Jeffrey
a passive
Epstein,
role in
paired with her
seductions within
insistence
those
that she was
networks,
unaware
similar
of his
to
crimes,
Glasdine
puts her
Maxwell.
in a
Critics'
position that is
acknowledgement of
becoming
knowing Epstein
increasingly
while
crowded.
denying awareness of
Because that
wrongdoing
is the
has
same
done little to
statement
quiet the
offered by
questions,
nearly every
especially given
person
her
who
documented
moved through those
social
circles.
close-alignment with powerful
At some
figures
point,
can
the
insulate
public starts
individuals from
asking,
scandal.
if everyone claims they didn't know, then who exactly did? And why did the knowing keep staying so quiet for so long?
So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second. Who was on top?
It wasn't a top. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up. Like, it was.
Okay. What did you do?
I froze. See, I'm not used to seeing. Listen, it's traumatizing. I've never seen it. I don't watch games. You know, I never seen a man and another man.
Will Smith was bent over.
And Dwayne was killing him.
Condom?
I don't know. I don't.
You didn't look that close.
Listen, even when I was with the deer and headlights, and I finally said, "Oh shit," and they turned around and said, "Close the fucking door," right? So I back out the door. I'm not going in there. no, I ain't going up in there. I back out the door, lock the door, I leave.
You called her a dope fiend.
Yeah, I called her bald-headed dope fiend without question. I told her she better sue me because
she said to TMZ when they asked her when she left the Breakfast Club,
yes,
she looked. They was like, "Well, what do you got to say?" And she was like, "We're suing, and I was just like, "Okay,
right."
That's been about 2 years.
Yeah, and
we haven't gotten a lawsuit yet.
Will Smith has one of the most carefully managed public images
has
in
made
the
the
history of
resurfacing
Hollywood.
of insider
The brand
accounts
is built on
particularly
family,
jarring.
faith,
Former
and
associate
likability.
brother
So
Bilal
when insider
has claimed that
accounts
he
begin
witnessed
circulating, accounts that directly contradict that image, the instinct is to dismiss them. But here's what's interesting. The people making these claims aren't anonymous. They're using their names. They're inviting lawsuits. And 2 years later, those lawsuits still haven't arrived. In a town where reputation is everything, the absence of legal action from someone with the resources of Will Smith raises a question the internet has not let go of.
See, they trying to send him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present that tape.
Jaguar
This is where
Wright
the
has echoed
conversation
similar
moves from
concerns
individual
about how
behavior
mentorship
to
structures
systemic
within elite
design.
circles can evolve
Jaguar
into
Wright is
environments
not
where
the first
influence
person to
becomes
suggest
leveraged.
that mentorship in elite entertainment circles can become a mechanism of control rather than support. When you bring a young artist into a powerful man's world, when you shape their career, manage their access, and control their image, you also gain leverage. And leverage in these circles is the currency that buys silence. The allegations surrounding young artists who entered these spaces and came out fundamentally changed are not isolated stories. They form a pattern, and patterns don't lie.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how the fuck they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right?
Jay-Z's
name
is where the
appearing in an
conversation
archived
intensifies
FBI
because
tip
his appearance in
connected to an
archived
Epstein-owned
FBI
property
tips connected
is
to
not a
Epstein's
conviction.
world has
The
prompted
Department
while
of
Jay was
Justice
still
has been
ascending
clear.
within the music
These were
industry, making the
unverified
allegation
submissions,
particularly
and his
striking
name
in
does not
hindsight.
appear
It is
in
crucial
flight
to note
logs
that
or
his name
personal
did not
records.
appear. A woman
But
reported
public
that she
perception
awoke in
does
what
not
she believed to
operate on
be an
legal
Epstein-owned
standards.
property
It
during the
operates on
mid-1990s.
patterns. And the
claimed
pattern
legal
here,
thresholds,
a
and the
dismissed
reemergence
lawsuit
of
in
his name has
2024,
revived
a
the
reported
memories of a
FBI
dismissed
tip,
lawsuit
his
in
long-standing
2024 that
proximity
linked
to
him
Diddy's
to
social
allegations
world
involving
creates
Diddy's
a
circle.
picture that
While that
once
case
seen
collapsed,
is
its
difficult
existence
to unsee.
ensured that the narrative
Kanye
never fully
West
disappeared.
warned for
And this
years
is where
that certain
Kanye
figures in this
West's
industry
long-running
were
commentary
shielded by a
enters the
system
picture once
designed
again,
to
and
protect the
gatekeepers
valuable
within
and
entertainment,
sacrifice the
insisting
vulnerable.
that certain figures
Whether
remain
you believe
shielded
Kanye
until
or
pressure
not,
forces
the
the
names
system
now
to
surfacing
recalibrate.
are the
With
same
each
names
Our
he
people,
pointed
so how
at
the fuck they
long
gonna stand
before
up
any
for our
file was
people?
unsealed.
You know what I'm saying? But we forget.
Here's
Now,
what we
when
know
you
for
step back
certain.
and look at
These
how all
circles
these
existed.
names intersect
These
through
environments
songdoing in
were
a
real,
courtroom, it
and
is
the
about
culture of
understanding how
silence that
networks of
surrounded them
influence
was not
conditions.
accidental.
And with ongoing
It was
investigations
engineered.
continuing
The
to
Epstein
unseal
files are
documents
still
still
being
contain
unsealed.
references to
More
additional
names are
figures
expected.
whose
More
connections
connections
have yet
are
to be
expected.
publicly
And
examined.
for the people
The street
whose
has
names
been
keep
buzzing with
appearing at the
speculation
edges of
that
this
future
story,
disclosures
the window
could
for a
reshape
credible
how these
explanation
alliances
is
are
getting
understood.
smaller
Sustained
with every
examination
document
once
that drops.
additional names
The street
are
has
unmasked.
one question,
Do you think these
not
connections
whether the
are
powerful
simply
made
the result of
mistakes,
shared
but
social
whether those
circles, or
mistakes
could they
were ever
reflect a
truly
structure designed to
accidents,
shield
or whether
its
they were
most
the
valuable
product of a
members
system
until
that
the
was
pressure
designed
becomes too
from the
great
very
to ignore?
beginning
And if
to make
more
sure
names
no
do
one ever had
celebrities
to
and
answer for
influential
them.
leaders.
Drop a
They
comment
claim
below.
this situation
Tell us
is,
which
however,
name shocked
critics
you the
argue
most.
that the
And if
emails
this
create
video
doubt,
opened your
recordings,
eyes,
or
share
other
it,
evidence that
because
has not
sunlight
been
is the
released.
only
If that is
disinfectant
true,
that actually works.